Well, the Senate Democrats are walking out on Emil Bove, Donald Trump's former criminal defense lawyer. Is he going to be a lifetime appointed appellate judge, having never been a judge before, obscenely unqualified? How is that going to happen? Does Donald Trump have the votes on the full Senate floor for this? I cover it all on a show, a new podcast we call The Intersection. And here's a clip. Erez Ruveni, who's the whistleblower against Emil Bove. Get to him in a minute. 27 pages, single space. Nothing says I might be able to scuttle a appeals appointment like a 27-page single space letter. The little known fact is Erez Ruveni, who worked for 15 years in the Department of Justice Immigration Litigation Division, he used to defend the Trump administration's depraved immigration policies of putting kids in cages and separating families and Muslim bans in the first administration. They didn't fire him then. So he was bipartisan. He was apolitical. But they don't want that. They want partisan hacks selected by Ed Martin or by Mike Davis or any of the other people. They just want highly partisan political people. You know who's not touching this with a 10-foot pole? Where are all those law firms that Donald Trump went after and made them bend the knee and pay a tribute of $1 billion in free legal service from 14 different major New York firms, including one that I worked at when I was a young lawyer? Whatever happened to them? You know what they're not doing? They're not stepping in here and being seconded to the Department of Justice to do any work for them. That's not working. And while all this is going on, and federal judges are looking carefully at new evidence that suggests that the Trump administration has lied to them about their immigration policy, about their control over the El Salvador prison and the like. Judge Boasberg looking at contempt again against the Trump administration. Judge Zinnis doing the exact same thing about Abrego Garcia. And then you've got the scandalous, unethical, corrupted panel of the D.C. appellate court with two Trumpers who are holding up and are, through an administrative stay, just not ruling and giving the Trump administration a win on Jeb Boasberg's decision a couple of months ago, back in April or May, to find the Trump administration and the Department of Justice probable cause for criminal contempt. People are like, whatever happened to that? Yeah, it went up on appeal to the D.C. Circuit Court, appellate court, and it's gotten blocked by Katsas and another Trumper. And they're not asking for additional briefing. They're not holding oral argument. They've just been sitting on it for 4 months to help Donald Trump. And nobody's saying anything about it. And the Supreme Court's not saying anything about it. I'm looking at them. Hold the hearing. Have oral argument. Schedule new briefing. They just got the whistleblower 27-page single-space letter accusing the Department of Justice of telling federal judges to go F themselves and lie to them, including Judge Boasberg. They've got new evidence in Judge Boasberg's courtroom that the Trump administration's been lying about who controls the CCOT prison in El Salvador, because El Salvador told the United Nations that the Americans are controlling the 200 people that they dumped there in the middle of the night, that they did keep receipts. And this was all sent up to the appellate panel, who's just sitting on it. It's criminal, it's unethical, and it needs, I want to call it out here, and it needs to stop. Now, Bove's going to have a hard time. He's already having a hard time. But we just had Cory Booker on Legal AF talking to Court Accountability Action, and he's going to be leading the charge along with Adam Schiff to grill and fillet and marinate Mr. Bove about his obscenely unqualified credentials to be on the Third Circuit Court of Appeals. And that's going to be required watching. We'll put it up. I'll try to get it live on Legal AF, the YouTube channel, under our lives in the next confirmation hearing. But Cory Booker is called for, as have others, to have Erez Ruveni, the whistleblower, show up. There's a suggestion that there's more than one whistleblower, and they'll all come forward. And then we'll have to see what the Senate does. I mean, I'm looking at you, Lisa Murkowski. I mean, I know you folded on the budget in order to help, 10 salmon fishermen. But there's bigger things at stake here in our democracy. Start being a statesperson. Stop worrying about your political fortunes. I know Liz Cheney was put out of business, but there comes a time when you have to take a stand. Let's get rid of Emil Bove. I sit at the intersection of law, politics, and the defense of our democracy every Tuesday. Midas finally threw me the keys for my own show Tuesday night after much arm twisting. On Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. right here on the Midas Touch Network and on Legal AF, the YouTube channel as well. Come over there. We could use the audio downloads. That helps the podcast. We're a brand new podcast. We're trying to use giant bellows to get some more oxygen in there. With your help, we can do it. And then, of course, we got the Legal AF YouTube channel as well. We just crossed a 200 million viewer. Almost said subscriber. That'd be amazing. Views of our work over there. What an accomplishment, all because of you. Come on over. No paywall on Legal AF, the YouTube channel. Hit the free subscribe button there as well. So until my next report, I'm Michael Popok. I'm Michael Popok, and I got some big news for our audience. Most of you know me as the co-founder of Midas Touches Legal AF and the Legal AF YouTube channel, or as a 35-year national trial lawyer. Now, building on what we started together on Legal AF, I've launched a new law firm, the Popok Firm, dedicated to obtaining justice through compassionate and zealous legal representation. At the Popok Firm, we are focused on obtaining justice for those who have been injured or damaged by a life-altering event by securing the highest dollar recoveries. I've been tirelessly fighting for justice for the last 35 years, so my own law firm organically building on my Legal AF work just feels right. And I've handpicked a team of top-tier trial fighters and settlement experts throughout all 50 states known as big auto injury attorneys who have the know-how to beat heartless insurance companies, corporations, government entities, and their attorneys. Big Auto's attorneys working with my firm are rock stars in their respective states and collectively responsible for billions of dollars in recoveries. So if you or a loved one have been on the wrong side of a catastrophic auto, motor vehicle, rideshare, or truck accident, suffered a personal injury, or been the victim of medical malpractice, employment harassment or discrimination, or suffered a violation of your civil and constitutional rights, then contact the Popok Firm today at 1-877-POPOK-AF or by visiting my website at www.thepopokfirm.com and fill out a free case evaluation form. And if we determine that you have a case and you sign with us, we don't get paid unless you do. The Popok Firm, fighting for your justice every step of the way.